All right, so we're going to do some, I call it routine maintenance, but I also call it preventative maintenance. These are things you should do once in a while. So we can do all of these things in the virtual machine. You can do it on your regular computer. Doesn't matter. I have to do it on my virtual machine since I'm in Zoom and I'm recording. Well, we need to go to an administrative command prompt. How do we get there? Where's that administrative command prompt hidden away? It's secret. But we need to know the secret stuff. Does anybody know the secret way? First, we need the command prompt. How do we run that as administrator?
Just run this administrator with the
Yep. Exactly right. Sometimes it's right in front of your nose, sometimes it isn't. Sometimes when it's real obvious, you still can't find it, meaning me. So there's a command in Windows called check disk. What do you suppose check disk does? It checks your disk. So you can think of a disk like a book. One analogy is that a book has a table of contents, right? You can go to chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, right? Well, in a disk, our table of contents is the directory listing thing we were working with earlier. Someplace keeps track of all the directories, all the folders, all the files. So it's like that's the table of contents of our disk. And what check disk will do is make sure all those things are connected upright. So you want to check disk the C drive. And if we just run it like this, we're going to run in what's called read-only mode, which means that it's going to check and it's going to let us know if something is wrong. So it does all kinds of things, some of which I don't know what it means. But anyways, checking all the connections between all the records and files and folders. Well, that's enough of that. I'm going to do a Control C. Control C is a way to break something. I will run this every so often. Check this space C colon space /F. So C colon and /F are what are called arguments. This is the command. Check disk is automatically going to check like your main disk. If I want to specifically check another disk, I would want to put in the disk that I want to check. So one argument I put in is C colon. Another argument that I'm putting in is I want to fix it. I don't care if it's broken or not. If something's wrong, I want it fixed. So I put in two arguments that are telling the command check disk how to behave. So if there's a space between the command and other parts, those other parts are arguments, which are passed into the program and says, okay, Mr. Program, look at the C drive, make sure if anything's broken, you fix it, like giving extra orders. When I press enter, it says, oh, the drive is in use. I can't do anything until the system restarts, which restarting a computer once in a while won't hurt a thing. Because when you close your lid on a laptop, it goes into hibernation. If you just let your computer sit, sometimes it'll go into hibernation. If you shut down the computer from the start button, it still goes into hibernation. You're not really reloading the operating system. This reloads the operating system. So if I type Y, it's going to restart the next time I restart. So it's ready and waiting. So now I restart. If you've never done this with your regular physical computer, it wouldn't hurt to do it. So restart your computer. If you do it right now, it might take a while. I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. Oh, it's doing updates. Okay, well, we're toasted for that project. Anyway, it'll do the check disk when it comes back up. I'm going to go on to the error checking because I forgot this is a new virtual machine. So you can also error check by right-clicking on your drive. You can do this on your local computer. If you right-click on the local computer, like the C drive in File Explorer, it has properties. Or you can do this on your local laptop. I guess Owen and Yanni has his own, and I think you can also do it on the regular computer too, Ro. I think it'll let you get into the properties. I don't know how much further you'll get. The properties gives you some interesting information, how much space is used. These are 512 gigabyte hard drives. Here's some tools. We can check for errors right here. We can also optimize. Optimizing is defragmenting. So solid state drives, this used to be called, see how it says optimize and defragment? With mechanical drives, we used to have to defragment. So let's look at a mechanical hard drive defragmentation. In the olden days, yeah, there's a good one. Oh, it's a YouTube. Anyway, you can see green might be a PowerPoint file. See how it's split up all across the drive? The red one might be some system files. The yellow one might be your Word document, but notice how it's split up into little pieces. Well, your SSD drives do the same thing, but they're not physically moving. So to get from one part of the file to another on an SSD drive is just a matter of connecting circuits, which takes no time at all. So in this case, the little arm has to jump around to find all these various parts of the file. So defragmentation means that you put all the parts of the file next to each other so you can read them more quickly. This does not happen on solid state drives. They have something called trimming. So what is this SSD retrim business? Is a process that helps maintain over time. Okay, so it maintains the performance over time. It periodically erases blocks of data that are no longer in use. I understand that because after you have deleted something, it's not actually gone and scrubbed from your drive. The entry that points to it is gone. But I don't understand why freeing up space on the drive helps it perform better and last longer. I'm not sure about that. And I've read this a few times and I've never quite understood that. Then they start going into this business here, and then we're beyond anything I can really understand. Anyway, that's why they call it trimming, and it's called optimizing. And these are set in this room probably for whatever the default is, which is weekly, because I didn't change this for anything in the room. And that's fine. Do you ever want to optimize a USB drive? No. You're just going to wear it out. There is no trimming on a USB drive because even though these are both solid state drives, this is a different technology than what's on your USB drive. So you don't ever want to optimize this. All right. And then we can check that one you can't do. You can do it on your own machine, but mine's already doing it over here. Oh, wow. That happened faster than I thought it would. Okay, the last one, I'm just going to run that on my computer here. It's called disk cleanup. This is one that if you've never run on your computer, your local computer, it's a good time. You'd be surprised. So does disk cleanup necessarily make your computer run faster? No, not necessarily. But it does get rid of temporary files that are no longer needed. So if this is your computer or you're on your virtual machine, we do want to clean up system files. And it's going to buzz and whir and look at stuff which could be very excruciating on mechanical drives, but on SSD drives, we're so used to speed that, you know, I should just make you all work for a week in here on a mechanical drive, just so you can appreciate how fast computers are now. And we want to check all these in because they're all just temporary things, if there's any in there. And really, there's nothing in here, is there? Huh. I thought there'd be more. Nope. On your laptop or your computer, last night I did this to my computer at home. I think I had 18 gigabytes worth of stuff. Does that matter for me at home? No. I've got a 2 terabyte drive, so I don't care. I was just curious because I was looking at this lab. All of this stuff is temporary. If you click OK and delete it, it's not going to hurt a thing. It's just cleaning up. That's why it kind of looks like a little broom, you know, on it. See, it has this little broom. It's kind of cleaning things up. I think that's the last one, isn't it? Oh, drive maintenance. We did that. Oh, this is one of the more important settings, and I've saved it to the last. Go to Start, Settings, Windows Update. Always go here every so often and make sure that it is automatically checking for updates. Sometimes it will break. My work laptop right now, my updates have broken, and one of my work studies jobs is going to be to take that thing apart, put in a bigger drive, because I have one, and then reinstall Windows for me. At some point. It works fine right now. It's just the updates broke. It keeps trying to install 2 updates over and over again, and they never get installed. And I have nothing on there except software, so I'm wiping and reloading, wiping out the computer, reloading the operating system is a good way to fix it. And it's educational. All right, questions?